I'm Mr. MegaManFan. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know all the things to do. I'm here with a modified Game Boy Advance that has a backlit LCD screen and an e-reader. And if you're wondering what an e-reader is, it's an accessory that was basically a commercial flop in the United States and only moderately successful in Japan. But I enjoyed the e-reader when it came out because you could buy packs of cards, and by swiping the codes on the cards through the e-reader, you could play classic NES games or transfer levels to Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario World 3. Yeah, that's a mouthful to say. Or you could even read certain Animal Crossing cards and play mini games. So for me, the e-reader was great. For a lot of other people, it was not so great. But thankfully, somebody who shares my passion for the e-reader, who goes by the name of retro.cards on social media, has released new cards in 2025. And I'm going to open this box, get those cards out, and I'll take a few photos of the pack for the thumbnail, and then we will try the cards out. Alright, I think I've taken all the photos I need for a thumbnail, so here's the pack of cards, retro.cards. You can find him by that name on Blue Sky. Now, because e-reader cards can't hold a lot of data, these should probably be called mini games, but just the fact that he programmed these games, put them on e-reader cards, and sold them to the public is incredibly noteworthy and commendable. So thank you for that, for giving us new e-reader cards to play in 2025. I hope you can stop with me and appreciate for a moment the journey that this was for the person who made the retro.cards, that he had to learn not only how to print the cards so that they would be usable in an e-reader, but that he had to learn how to create the barcode patterns that the e-reader would read. So we've got Bomb Hunter, E-Snake, Exo Attack. These are nice cardstock, by the way. These are very quality. They don't feel like they will wear out with repeated use. 2 cards for Exo Attack. We've got Franny Answers. It's the next card here. And I will try all of these in the video. We've got Scavenger Hunt. And the very first one that he ever did as a proof of concept was Solitaire. Sadly, I could not get a copy of Solitaire back then because it was a very limited production batch, but I wish I had the original Solitaire card that he made. So I think I'm going to try this one first, just because it was the one that made me aware this project even existed. It helps if you swipe at a slow and steady pace. That's how you get the cards to read the best.
Start application. Is it okay to overwrite this application?
Yeah, I had Clue Clue Land saved on there, but I've got that pack, so I can go ahead and overwrite that. Let me turn off the camera light since this is a backlit screen. That's better. We do not need the camera light for this. So overwrite Clue Clue Land and put Solitaire in there. Solitaire has been saved. Good that the e-reader still has the ability to load and save data even in 2025. And there's our game of Solitaire. And it looks good. It's Solitaire. Well, I can move the 6 over to the 7 and reveal a card. And there's an ace. That's helpful. Move that up to the top. I mean, I kind of think you get the idea. Solitaire is Solitaire. What more am I really going to say about Solitaire than that? You should, if you don't know how to play Solitaire, go fire up a Windows laptop or PC of any kind, and I'm sure there's a copy of Solitaire on there. Most of us in the 90s knew that well because you would have the meme of the card bouncing around the screen nowadays, but for us that was just normal in the present day at that time. So let's try some of these other cards. Let me, just did solitaire, so let's do scavenger hunt now. Oh, you can change music in solitaire. That's an unexpected bonus. I was not expecting that. I'll try start and select, but nope. Just gonna have to cycle the power. That's okay, I don't mind. And that's one side of the card only. We do not need both sides of the card for this game.
Start application. Scan that code.
Oops, I forgot to save it. Oh, it's so small I didn't even need to save it. So scavenger hunt is just telling us all the things to do. Fill in a column king to ace in the playfield, win a game on 2 diamond difficulty, defeat the boss with Tina's special attack, or irritate Franny so much that she leaves. Okay. End. And B button.
Scan that code.
All right, let's scan another card then. This one is Franny Answers. If you continue, the application will be erased. Continue? Yes. So we need multiple scans to complete Franny Answers. One more side to go.
Read error. Read error.
I guess I'm not swiping it fast enough. See, cards can be a little fickle at times. There we go.
Scanning of dot codes complete. Start application. Is it okay to overwrite this application?
Yes, it is okay.
Saving.
Franny, is this the best set of new e-reader card games that exist? I knew it. Good dog. This is cute, I like it. Franny, should everybody go out and buy a pack of retro dot cards? Well, I guess it depends if you have an e-reader or not, so that's a fair answer. Franny, is your game the best game among this series of retro dot cards? Oh, I guess that means we need to try a different one then. Alright, we are ready to play Exo Attack.
Dot codes complete. Is it okay to overwrite this
Yes, overwrite Franny Answers. Dotto Empire has attacked Franton. Vic, you are our only hope. Well, this is going to be a little hard to play while I'm holding the camera, but I think you get the idea. It's a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up type game with one giant enemy to take out. And it looks like there's a high score leaderboard as well. So that's cool. Let's try the next retro.card game. This one is Snake, which should be pretty self-explanatory. Again, if you're of a certain age, you've probably played a Snake game on your cell phone. They used to be standard along with a version of Tetris back before phones were considered smartphones. So let's keep on scanning it. We've got 2 parts of E-Snake loaded in. So this next card should be the rest of E-Snake. One more card to go. You got to keep in mind when NES games came in packs, you had to scan like 10 of these cards. That's why it gave you the option to save, because if you scanned in 10 cards to play Clue Land, you might want to save that because you weren't necessarily going to do it all over again right away. But that also meant if you wanted to save game, you had to pick one that you were going to come back to more than once, because otherwise, if you had to keep swapping cards out, it might get a little tiresome. I don't know, but I can see why that would be a turnoff for some people with e-reader cards. The ones that were self-contained, like Animal Crossing cards, that's not so bad. But if you have to scan 10 cards to play one game, I can see some people would just not care for that at all. So in Snake, if you've never played it before, you eat the objects on the screen, and as you do, your snake grows longer, which also means you run more of a chance of tripping over your own tail or getting stuck in a corner you can't get out of. So your object is to keep growing longer for as long as you can until eventually you get stuck. It's a simple game, but it's a fun way to spend time, especially back in the old days when cell phones didn't have YouTube and social media apps and streaming music. You gotta keep in mind, cell phones used to be a lot different than they are today. Just like Game Boy Advance games are a lot different from Nintendo Switch games. This was portable gaming in the early 2000s, and we did not think lesser of it. We loved our Game Boy Advance handheld consoles at the time. They were the bomb. So actually, there's some progression in this version of Snake. If you eat enough items, it lets you move to the next screen. So it's more than just a one-screen game, and I think that's a very nice touch by the developer. I commend them for that. But I'm ready to try another card, so let's cycle the power and move on to our last card, which is Bomb Hunter. Once again, a game that should be familiar to anybody who used a Windows computer growing up. You would have called it Minesweeper. But of course, that's a Microsoft-owned trademark, so every clone of it is called something other than Minesweeper for all of the necessary reasons. Yes, let's overwrite Snake, because I will probably come back to Minesweeper on a Game Boy Advance. The premise is simple. There are bombs hidden around the playfield, and you don't want to hit them. Every time you make a selection, you get a number that tells you how many bombs are in the immediate vicinity. And if there are none, then the playfield spreads out to cover the area of bombs that... Oh, I just hit one, so game over. That's how it goes sometimes. But if there's multiple spaces next to you that don't have a bomb, then it will immediately spread out and fill in those empty spaces so you don't have to do them one by one. Oh, we got a lot of 2s around here. Only 1 near that, so let's move out a little bit. 1. I haven't gotten the big spread yet. See, if I'd done it up there, it probably would have spread out. Let me try this one more time. See if we can get that big spread where it fills all the non-bomb spaces when you pick one with no bomb next to it. That's what I'm talking about. See, all that upper corner, there were no bombs up there. So when I clicked on an empty spot with no bomb next to it, it just spread out immediately. Well, you've seen all the e-reader games that come in this Retro Dot Cards pack, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check these cards out yourself if you have an e-reader. Links are in the description, and as always, thank you for watching.